Hey everybody, my name is Mike. I am not for Coltrane. Welcome to your Coltrane Tuesdays for this, the day when I don't have my spot for putting my foot up. This, the first day of March in the year 2022. Hope everybody's doing okay. Everyone's holding up all right despite everything. There's lots of intense things happening out in the world, so I hope that this is a bit of a respite where we can come together and forge some community and play a silly game called the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game. And oh yeah, and we'll get to see if I can actually play a song that I wrote. Or I guess we'll find out how competently I can perform a song that I wrote. The video and audio seem to be functioning, but of course I'm always grateful if folks can let me know that that is in fact what is happening. But yeah, so of course we're going to play the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game. We're going to talk about some things that are happening out in music related or performance related in the community here in Pennsylvania's Lehigh Valley, and I'm going to start off with an original song of mine, and we're going to see how that goes. But first, let me hear at the top of the show mention how we play the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game. It goes like this. So people who are live online with us, and there are at least a couple people who are out there, which is great. That's wonderful. Hi. People who are live online with us will give me song requests, and I will have to honor those requests and respond to those requests regardless of whether I know the song. So if someone requests a song that I do know, I will go ahead and play it. It'll be unrehearsed, but it'll probably sound something like what I would expect it to sound like. If the song that's requested is one that I sort of know, like I've heard a bunch of times, but I've never actually played it before, I will then attempt to figure out how to play it here in front of you. If I do not recognize the requested song at all, I will have to make up a brand new song right here on the spot with the same name as the song that was requested, thereby technically satisfying the requirement. That is how we play the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game, and now is, in fact, a great time to get in your requests. Margot is here. Wonderful. I'm glad you were able to be here. I'm sorry that you have to head out shortly, but thank you for stopping by. Also, anyone who's watching live can also watch this again later because it stays up on YouTube. Maybe you, the person who's watching right now that I'm addressing, is watching this from the future. You're watching this on the replay, which is also totally fine. Welcome. Thank you. I'm grateful for you for all of those things. So, of course, I'm also grateful if people hit that like button, they hit the subscribe button, they hit the little bell icon so you get notified whenever I happen to be going online, which is only going to be Tuesdays at 12:30 in the afternoon, and even more so, we're coming up on the end of this third season, this third run of 52 consecutive Not for Coltrane Tuesdays episodes. It's coming up at the end of this month, so we're going to see how that goes. But for right now, this is where we are. So yes, now is a great time to get in your requests for the Stump the Band game if you are in fact watching live. Because there's a lag between when you type it in on your device and when I see it over here on my device. So getting those in now is a great idea. That's just fine. But I am going to get started with a song of my choosing, in this case chosen somewhat foolhardily. This is a song that I have played on the Coltrane Tuesdays show before, but I don't think I've played it this season. I tend not to play it out a whole lot. In part, it's really challenging all the way around. It's basically kind of at the edge of my abilities in terms of being able to play it on guitar. The subject material, there's a couple lines in it that I think hit pretty hard. And if you're playing that in a bar, it's like either people just aren't paying attention, which is probably it's fine, or it's just kind of hard to come back from. So we're going to see how this goes. The song is called "To Go." I played it. I think the last time I did it on the program was when I was doing a series of songs in sort of a songwriter workshop of 3 songs in 3 weeks in a row of this song and this song and this song. How they all sort of reflected different aspects of this kind of relationship. Anyway. I'm basically stalling right now because I'm nervous about actually doing the song. So let's go ahead and get that done. The song is called "To Go." Here we are again, Hosea. Strange to see you here this time. 3 spaces here before me. In the grocery checkout line. And the Lord knows that I wouldn't blame you. Pretended I'm not here. Considering how we left things the last time we were this near. Guess it's been a year now since I last shared your bed, since our last knockdown drag out, since you begged me to stay instead. But it shouldn't take a prophet, writing on the wall, to see that what we had left wasn't a marriage there at all. And all that we had left there was the shouting and the broken drywall. What else could I do? I had to go. Oh, I'd been so proud to call you husband. I loved what you saw in me. And I thrilled as my whole world spun around you. The parts of me you would not see. You thought you were God's gift to all creation. I'm stubborn as a mule. So the more you tried to shape me in your image, I still can't understand those nights I lay awake and crying. I guess you never will. I had to go. Never in my plans, Hosea. I moved in with Miriam. Some days I still miss waking up beside you. But I hope you know this is the end. And I wish I knew how else to say it. I laugh now every day. My flower garden here's growing. I guess it had to be this way. No, it was a promise when I said I'd always love you. And I guess in some strange way still I do. And if I had just one regret, it's that the happiness I feel now would never be with you. Didn't mean to hurt you so. Still not sure if you know. Wish I could tell you so, but I have to go. That went not bad. Yeah, so I've been, but like months ago, I had this idea of how I was going to rework the arrangement for that a little bit to make it easier to play, and also to cover up for some of the spots where I'm a little bit weak as a player. So this is actually probably the only song that I've ever written that started with the riff, that started with the musical part of it. I actually remember I was walking into a drugstore, and I had this idea for that little riff, the ba-da-ba-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-da. And I actually got the voice recorder on my phone out and recorded it, because I knew that when I was walking around inside with the music playing inside the establishment, it was going to just be gone. I wanted to hang on to it. But then it was a matter of, since I hadn't come up with the riff on guitar, how the heck was I actually going to play it? I actually originally was playing it in a totally different key. Then it dawned on me that switching to playing it with the C and G shape made it actually kind of playable, whereas before it really hadn't been. And so I played around with that for a little bit, adding the percussive aspect with the looper. I've been doing that for a little while. And then try how to, put all the pieces together. I think part of the reason that the song can be a little, it can come across as a little thin sometimes, and I think that's in part because, or at least it has in the past with different arrangements, because I've, like, in my head heard like a full orchestration for it. It's like, how do I put all of those things in place to do it while I'm performing as a solo musician? So yeah, I think the song will probably continue to evolve, but I'm reasonably satisfied with how it's coming together, and I'm grateful for the number of you who have been indicating that yeah, that's pretty cool. Awesome. So let's see, we've got people who are saying nice things. Margot is going to be listening but can't participate. That is okay, Margot. Thank you for sticking with us as much as you can. Thanks for, hey, Tom Cooney. Tom Cooney is, I think Tom, correct me if I'm wrong, Tom, I believe today is your 100th consecutive episode of your 3 songs for Prometheus. Let us know that in the comments there, if that's in fact happening. Tom Cooney, of course, also another webcaster and singer and songwriter, and cool things like that. So that's very cool. Thank you very much for stopping by, Tom. And Stephen, thank you. I saw that Stephen had just subscribed recently. Hello, thank you for stopping by. And Beth has a request. All right, so we'll probably do that. This has very rarely happened that someone requests a song that I've written. So that's probably what we're going to do. It's a song of mine called Another Torch Song. I played it out at Open Mic up at Blend in Bath, PA last week. And Beth hadn't heard it before, and she enjoyed it, and now she's watching and would like to hear it again. So, yay. Speaking of open mics, let me talk about a few other things that are happening, that are going on, things that are coming up. One of them I'm very excited about, because this Thursday, so like 2 days from now in the evening, over at the SteelStacks here in Bethlehem, PA, on the south side, the ArtsQuest complex there. Right there on the first floor, the entry level where you come in on the ground level, there's a a newly reworked establishment. I say newly, within the past couple of years, reworked establishment called Palette and Pour. And there's a little stage right there, and that is where every week at Thursday evening is the SteelStacks ArtsQuest Open Mic, hosted by the one and only Billy Bauer. You know Billy from the Billy Bauer Band, of course. Billy had reached out to me and has invited me to be the featured performer for this Thursday, which I'm super excited about. So I hope that you are able to come by and check that out as well. That is this Thursday, the SteelStacks Open Mic, Thursdays at 7 in the evening. There's a sign-up sheet that goes around at about 6:45. There's a wonderful community that has grown up around that open mic over the years. It is very, very cool. A lot of people who have been hanging around with that open mic have been doing so for quite a while, which is wonderful. So I'm hoping that lots of folks will be able to come out for that. I'm looking forward to my feature set. I have some ideas of what's going to happen as part of that. We will see. We will see how that ends up going. Briefly, yes, this on the Tom Coney YouTube at 4 o'clock this afternoon is the 100th consecutive weekly episode. Thanks for the shout out. Absolutely, Tom. I appreciate. Tom has been a long time supporter and friend of this program, and I'm glad for any opportunity to support what Tom is doing as well. Speaking of supporting people, let's talk also about Billy Bauer, because he and the Billy Bauer Band are always out doing cool stuff as well, in addition to hosting the weekly open mic there at the SteelStacks. So the Billy Bauer Band has lots of different configurations. One of the ones you're most likely to see is the duo. The Billy Bauer Band duo is performing, Thursday, March... Is that right? Oh, I guess Billy's going to be a little bit late to the open mic that night. The Thursday, March 10th at 5 in the evening, the Billy Bauer Band duo is going to be at the Lost Tavern Brewing. That's Billy and Chris. Chris, that's the violin and fiddle player with Billy Bauer Band. Billy and Chris are going to be at the Lost Tavern Brewing establishment there in Hellertown, starting at 5, so that'll be cool. Then coming up after that, Saturday, March 12th at 5:30, the two of them are going to be at Rising River Brewing over in Macungie. Then, coming up on the 25th of March, Billy and Chris are going to be at Five Maidens Cider. Five Maidens Cidery right here in Bethlehem, also on the south side, over next to Touchstone Theater. That is a 7 o'clock show on March the 25th. And in addition to that, the next full band Billy Bauer Band show that I saw listed on their website is a Dave Matthews tribute show. It is coming up in Philadelphia at City Winery in Philadelphia. It's a full band show. That is Saturday, March 26th at 8 p.m. So go check out, follow Billy Bauer Band on the Facebook and the various other socials where they are hanging out. Go to the Billy Bauer Band website and check out all those things. I will post links in the description afterwards. And one other thing, this popped up in my feed, and I said I really need to give this guy a shout out. Another just wonderful human being here in the local music community is George Robb. George, you know him for many years. Well, probably he's pretty well known in his own right at this point. He has been the drummer and kind of the front man, but been the drummer for the Philadelphia Funk Authority for quite a while. He's also been very well established as a solo performer. He does the Geologic podcast. He does all sorts of things. He is debuting a new show, a show called Words and Music, coming up this Saturday at Godfrey Daniels. That's the 5th, right? Yes, the 5th of March, over at Godfrey Daniels. It is a cool show that he describes as a specially crafted production that highlights and juxtaposes some of George's favorite original songs along with essays he's written. I'm intrigued. I hope you are as well. So go to godfreydaniels.org and learn more about how to go check out George's in-person show this Saturday at Godfrey Daniels. I believe it's an 8 o'clock show, but check out godfreydaniels.org to get your tickets and do all the things. Go see the Billy Bauer Band wherever you possibly can. And I hope that you'll join me and Billy Bauer this Thursday at the ArtsQuest SteelStacks. There you go. All right, so now I guess it's time for the Stump the Band game, and I'm not seeing any other requests other than Beth's, I will go ahead and do another Torch song. I feel like this is one of the few times that someone has requested a song of mine for the Stump the Band game. If someone had requested to go, well, first off, they'd have to be very, very familiar with the catalog of songs that I've written, because I don't play it, like I say, I don't play it out that often. Let's see, another Torch song. Yeah, I feel like there can also be there can also be the possibility of another song. So if someone wants to hear one, I kind of want to end with another Torch song. So maybe that's just what I'll do. We'll see if there are any other Stump the Band game requests that come in the next couple of moments. Otherwise, we might just wrap it up. Oh, okay. And there we go. Ask and ye shall receive. We've got requests coming in. We've got Esme watching. Hi, Esme, who requests Cult of Personality. Stephen requests Frank Turner, Reasons Not to Be an Idiot. And she wants to do Cult of Personality after another Torch song. You know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to do... I have very little idea how to play Cult of Personality. A teacher taught me early on that the weakest part of the presentation goes in the middle. You start strong, you finish strong. In the middle, you're kind of like, yeah, okay, right. But you want to have, that lasting impression, something that seems like it's good. So I'm going to end with another Torch song, but we will first do Cult of Personality. Now so this is one of those, be careful what you ask for. Steve and I also appreciate the request for Frank Turner's Reasons Not to Be an Idiot. I will try to incorporate that into the lyrics that I have to make up for Cult of Personality, because I have very, very, very little idea how this song goes. I remember that there's some sort of a riff that goes like, and all I remember is Cult of Personality. That's it. That's all I remember from the song. Cult of Personality. Cult of Personality. That's an E. Beth says that's the drum part. Yes, I think there's some sort of like a guitar riff that goes along with that drum part as well. So yeah. This is an advanced song. Yes, Yes, it is. And it is also then, I asked for this. I literally did. This was foolhardy of me. Beth tossed me nice, perfectly over the plate softball, and I'm like, I think we can do something that's weirder, more challenging, and more difficult. So here we are. Yeah. This will work close, sort of, enough with the little tiny snippet of the song I actually do remember, but then I've got to come up with some sort of verse for it, which incorporates reasons not to be an idiot. I did this to myself, yes. That is correct. This is a thing that happens periodically. People give me a song request and then they see me struggling with it, but then there's this tiny little twinge of like, oh wow, what did I do? This person that I'm friends with now seems to be struggling and seems to be in a difficult position. I feel a tiny bit bad about this. But only a tiny little bit, which is accurate, because as Beth accurately points out, I did this to myself. And as I've mentioned multiple times on the show, when the Stump the Man game goes sideways, we all suffer. It's not just me. This is my gift to you. So I'm okay with the riff I've got going here. Actually, I feel pretty good about that. But I need some idea for the verse. Like once I get myself going, some of the lyrics are just going to flow, because this idea of a demagogue and someone who gathers all sorts of even political power just based on their force of their personality, their charisma, it can lead people to do all sorts of maybe unpleasant things. It's pretty relevant to what's happening in the world right now, as well as what's been happening in this country. So I've got to we'll see how this goes. Esme right now is screaming into the comments of the first lyrics to the song, which, sure, fine. That's great. Look into my eyes. What do you see? Do you see someone else? Do you even see me? I'm here to tell you all the ways not to be an idiot. In case you haven't figured them out for yourself just yet. wasting all your worth on the someone who doesn't care if you live or die. He only wants his own way. He only wants to meet his needs. He's much less concerned about the welfare of you and me. It's the cult of personality, cult of personality. The thing you always need to ask yourself is why? Why should I put all of my faith in this guy? What's in it for him? What's in it for me? What is gonna help our society? What's it gonna mean? What does it go? Where does it end? Where can anybody know? Cult of personality, cult of personality. Now I'm not trying to suggest that you can only trust yourself. The only way we can live together is to trust someone else. But still, use your brain, use your mind, use your eyes, use your ears. Take a look around and see what you see and what you hear. Take the time to think and take the time to choose. 'Cause if you don't, you know we're all just gonna lose. It's the cult of personality, cult of personality. Cult of personality. That is definitely not the song that Esme had in mind, but it is a song called Cult of Personality. So thanks very much to that request. I do, yeah. At this point, I'm not 100% sure how many of the things that Esme was putting in the chat were lyrics, how much of it was "Oh my eyes," I can't bear to watch what's happening right now, and how much of it is just fun responses. So thanks very much to Esme for that request for Cult of Personality, and that one definitely goes on the Stump the Band do-over pile for doing definitely the song that she was looking for. Well, there you go. Thanks very much for playing along, Esme. All right, so now I'm going to retreat back to safer waters and do a song that I do have much clearer ideas of what I'm going to do. Let's see, I pulled out a harmonica, which is over here, for doing the song Another Torch Song. This was, in fact, last month, the original song that I played was Wish You Well. This time I led off with To Go. To Go is, I think of as kind of the counterpart to Wish You Well, whereas Wish You Well is from the perspective of the person who's left. to go was from the perspective of the person who is leaving. It was like, how do I write a song from that person's perspective and, make them believable, sympathetic, not blameless, but also not, not a monster of any kind. But then kind of capping things off with another George song. So, let's see how this goes. A little more juice on that. There we are. Tuning is useful. There we are. All right. Sky's black and roads wet, crowded room in Nazareth, guitar man singing clear. You'd think, after I talked so much about this being a softball. All right. Sky's black and roads wet, crowded room in Nazareth, the guitar man singing clear. Sea of blue piercing my skin, steamed up windows, I can't breathe in such pretty words, but I can't hear. I stumble out into the alley, let the rain drip off my hair, 'cause every goddamn lyric just reminds me you're not there on this dark and broken back street. In the shadows of my mind, a song for you is forming one more time. Where have you gone? Where do you lay your head tonight? Who are you holding so tight beside you all night long? Whose hand is yours on? Who gets to touch your lips so light? Guess I'll just stay up and write another torch song. Empty sheets beside me, bones ache. I know I'd be better off if I could sleep. Rosewood cradle gently, steel strings touching, bending a couple chords, and some broken poetry. There are gouges in this body, and the wood is cracked and old. If only scars and trauma prove the depths of something soul. How I tried to write you love songs, scratch the words into my chest, but the music never came. that you had left. Where have you gone? Where do you lay your head tonight? Who are you holding so tight beside you all night long? Whose hand is yours on? Who gets to touch your lips so light? Guess I'll just stay up and write another torch song. And I've sworn off of whiskey, but I'm drunk off of tea with a chaser of tired regret. And I don't know if you miss me. No guarantee that I'll find a way to live without you yet. Where have you gone? Where do you lay your head tonight? Who are you holding so tight beside you all night long? Whose hand is yours on? Who gets to touch your lips so light? Guess I'll just stay up and write another torch song. Guess I'll just stay up and write another torch song. Definitely not the most polished version I've ever played of that song, but there you go. There it is, another torch song. Thanks very much to Beth for that request. And, yeah, drums are tuned at the factory, saves time. Well, there you go. Drummer humor. Oh, I love what Beth and Esme have going on in the comments right now. So thanks very much to Beth for that request. Thanks very much to Esme for the previous request for Cult of Personality, which is definitely going onto the Stump the Band do-over pile. Thanks to Billy Bauer from the Billy Bauer Band for inviting me to be the featured performer this Thursday, 2 evenings from... Right, so tonight, and then there's tomorrow night, and then there's Thursday evening, which is when I will be the featured performer at the SteelStacks Open Mic over at SteelStacks, ArtsQuest SteelStacks, here in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Go check out all the cool things that Billy and Chris and the Billy Bauer Band are doing in the coming weeks and months. And come hang out this Saturday and see what George Robb does over at Godfrey Daniels. Thanks so much to all of you for hanging out, whether you're watching this live or you're watching the replay. Either way, I'm super grateful for you. Grateful for all the people who have been hitting that like button, people who have subscribed, all of the cool things. Peanut Gallery at your service. Yes, you are. Well, yes, you are, the Peanut Gallery, and thank you for, whatever. I'm just going to leave that alone. Thanks so much. We've got just a few more of these before we get to show number 52. Oh, yes, and go check out Tom Cooney's 100th consecutive episode in just a couple hours this afternoon. I'm going to go... lie down or something and figure out what I need to do to get my head screwed back on straight. But please, my name is Mike. I am not for Coltrane. Please take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Really, please take care of each other. I will see you right here in this space next time.